welcome back to our continued conversation regarding whether or not you should apply with multiple lenders when applying for a home mortgage. And this is a good one, guys, because I was even misinformed to some extent as to this question. So Dennis, you just told us that you may want to think twice before applying with different mortgages because at the end of the day, your credit could be affected.
Yeah.
Correct? I like to encourage people to apply with at least 2 lenders just to see, who at the end of the day can give them a better deal.
Yeah.
But tell us how that will affect your credit score, because I think it'll be up to them whether that's something that's important to them.
Exactly. So like you recommend 2 is a little bit different than 10.
Okay.
So doing 2 is fine. Ideally on your credit report, you want to have less than 5 hard inquiries. Yeah.
Per what? Period. Ever?
Ever.
Oh wow.
You want to try to keep less than 5 hard inquiries, because anything over that, banks will start to look at you as if you're a risk, because it looks like you're scrambling to try to get a loan. You get what I mean? So you want to make sure that you can check where you are as far as hard inquiries and kind of give yourself that buffer of how many you can do when you're looking for a mortgage loan.
Okay.
So each inquiry that you're going to accrue while you're looking for this mortgage loan is going to knock about 10% of your, so each one is worth about 10%. So for example, if you have a 700 credit score and you do an application and it does a hard inquiry, it might take about 7 points off of your credit report.
Okay, so that makes sense, because that's what I had heard from lenders, for example, that if you apply, it'll take about 7 points. But I thought, and this is where I was misinformed or misguided, that it would be a 7 points off your credit, even if you did multiple multiple lenders. But that's not the case.
No,
so you get 7 points each time.
So each inquiry is treated as its own, and then that 10% will adjust based on what your score goes down to.
Okay.
So if you're at 700 and you get knocked down, 7 points, you're at like a 693 now, it'll take about 6 points off with the next one.
Okay.
And it'll go down little by little based on that. Yeah.
So I think what I'm hearing also is kind of the moral of the story is that the more you have in the bank in terms of higher credit score, the more able you are to take advantage of shopping around, right? Because if you have a we talked about in the last episode that anything over 780, 800 is going to give you the perfect interest rate.
Exactly.
So if you're up there, and you'll have more room to apply with different lenders, because your credit might take a little hit, but you'll still fall within the realm, right? Okay, tell me about it.
But if you go over the 5 inquiries,
right,
then you're starting to run into another problem with lenders. So have you ever, I don't know, anybody out there ever applied for a credit card and you get a response that says too many inquiries in a short amount of time? So that is also a way that people get denied for access to credit. So if you have 8 hard inquiries and you had all of them within the last 2 months, it looks like you're scrambling for a loan, and it may affect your decision.
So the question that pops in my mind now then is, what's the difference between a soft and a hard?
Okay, so a soft inquiry is when yourself or a bank, or if you're going to get like an apartment or something like that, they'll check your credit score without it leaving a hard inquiry. So it's on products that you see like Credit Karma and Experian and things like that, where you can check your own credit. Those are considered soft inquiries. And they do a soft inquiry either every day or every 7 days or something like that, in order to give you an idea of what your credit is. Yeah. It's not 100% accurate as if like a FICO score pulling a hard inquiry would be, but it'll give you a general idea of where you land.
You're making me have all these gazillion other questions as you're talking, because obviously I have my background as a realtor, that where I want to propose where my questions are coming from, but also on a personal level. For example, now that you just said that, my Discover credit card statement every month tells me, here's your FICO score. Is that accurate?
It's accurate because they have a deal in place with Experian. And Experian does deliver a free FICO score every single day through their app. So companies like Discover, they'll partner with a company like Experian and deliver you the same kind of FICO score that you would get from them. So they're not doing a hard inquiry because you're not trying to obtain
credit. Right. I mean,
it's
I don't request it. It's just part of my monthly statement. So okay, that's a good question. That's a good answer. Now I know. That's okay. Then I can trust that somewhat.
You get a hard inquiry when you're trying to obtain credit.
Right.
So anytime you're looking for an extension of credit, they are going to do a hard inquiry on your credit report.
Right. Okay. Well, like I said, but does definitely talking to you does really provoke all these questions for me because number one, I want to educate my consumer, which people that are, buying a house. But obviously, this is great information for everybody to know in general. So tell us a little bit about your business. Tell us how people can take advantage of your services and what you have to offer.
So pretty much here at Credit Royalty, we focus on helping our clients get negative items removed off of their credit report and help them to restructure their overall credit profile so that they look more attractive to lenders. So if your credit starts with a 3, 4, 5, or 6, we could probably help you out and take you into the Royal 700.
You mean 300, 400, 600s?
Yep.
You can. Is there a certain credit score? Let's say somebody comes and says, I have a 760, but I want an 800. Do you help them as well?
No,
I'm just curious.
That's mainly a time issue.
Okay, that's a time issue.
So if you don't have enough accounts for enough time, like if somebody wants an 800, they have to have like 14 accounts.
Okay.
They have to have like 8 years of credit history, 100% on-time payment history. So things like that factor into.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have any credit score in the 3s, the 400s, the 500, or 600s.
Yep. We could probably help you out.
Wonderful. And tell us a little bit more about how long that turnaround time is for people regarding your services for them to get their assistance.
So we have packages and as little as 3 months, ranging out to 6 months, even a year if necessary. We'll kind of do a free assessment on your credit profile, see where you stand, and then help you to adjust from there.
Awesome. All right, Dennis. Well, nobody's watching the clock today, so we're just going to start wrapping it up. Thank you so much for sitting with me. I can't wait to talk to you and probe some more questions next time. If you need any type of assistance getting your credit repaired or have questions, I'm sure. If you have questions about credit, please let me know or let Dennis know directly.
Yeah.
And if you know anybody that's thinking about buying or selling a home, please send them my way. I'm Isabel with eXp Realty.
And I'm Dennis with Credit Royalty.
Thanks for watching. Until next time, when we talk all things
credit.